Good afternoon. Did you ever look at a bird's wings? There's not much to them, it doesn't seem like, at least. When you see these birds flying through the air and using their wings to flap and power themselves through the air, it seems almost magical, miraculous that they would be able to fly. Sometimes the size of the bird and the size of the wings seem totally incompatible. Like there's no way that bird is getting off the ground. There's no way that wing is going to be able to allow them to fly. And the structure of the wings have been studied over the centuries. And then it comes down to there's some bones in there, and then there's a whole lot of feathers. And some birds actually, when they're sitting on the nest, they're sitting there and they're protecting their young, and essentially either they're sitting there with them and covering them with those wings. And when we hear about that, when we see that taking place, a bird nestling their chicks underneath their wing, bringing their young ones in close so that their wing can cover them, it seems like, isn't that just feathers? How is that actually going to provide any protection? Maybe visual. Maybe no other birds are going to notice that there's a bird underneath the wing, but when it comes time to actual protection, there's not much there, it doesn't seem like. And yet, that's the way that birds have to protect their young. Gather them close, bring them underneath that wing. When God speaks about His arm like a wing, when Jesus used that terminology to say that he longed to gather Jerusalem and bring them close like a hen gathers her chicks under her wing, it seems like, there again, how would that provide any protection? But in this case, when it's God, when it's Jesus who is calling for that kind of protection, you can be sure that there is solid protection up close to God. That when Jesus draws you close, He can offer the kind of protection that you need. This is how God put it in Psalm 91, verse 4. With His feathers He will cover you, and under His wings you will find refuge. His truth will be your shield and armor. That the wing of God, if it were pictured that way, that just feathers from God would be strong enough to protect you and to protect me. Because it's not about the thing that is the protection, but it's about God's will to protect. It's about God's wanting you and loving you so much that He was willing to do whatever it took to protect you from everything evil out there. And that's what God has done for you. God loves you and sent His Son for you. He gathers you close and protects you even with His feathers, if that's the picture to use. And those are enough. Those are enough because they come from God. They come based in love, and that's what Jesus has done for you. He gathers you close to protect you always. Until we see each other again, the Lord's blessings on your day.